right? Do you remember that memory diagrams? Now let's try to develop a small project. Ready? Huh. I want to develop Naresh IT students information storing system. Okay, storing, or you can say maintenance system. What the meaning of it? We will give you an application form to you. We'll give you one application form to you. In this application form, okay, like what the information we're asking: student number, student name, course, fee. Okay, then you must fill these details. Okay, and the moment click on submit button, all these details will submit it to background application. Then background application must receive that entire data and should store the data in one object. Now obviously it's a multiple values, right? This is a data of different type, right? So must store inside one object. Later the data must be stored in database. Okay, so this is the procedure. Read data, store in the program side, and then store data in database table. This is the application I want you to develop. But this application is not, completely, this application we cannot completely develop here. There's a lot of other sections are there where you need to involve here. Okay, reading your values from the keyboard. As a CUI application, as a GUI application, you should know. CUI, GUI, as of now, you don't know. So at this minute, we are not going to develop this code. Next, database. If you want to store data in database, so you should know, database Oracle course. You should know database interaction JDBC advanced Java course. As a core Java student, you are responsible to develop this middle part as of now. Now the data types chapter will help you to develop this middle application. So that is only the responsibility as of now. Later, I will show you how to read the values from the keyboard in this application form. That is next chapter, reading values from the keyboard. Everyone understand? So tell me, in order to develop this application, how many classes I required? I need two classes. One is main method class. I have to run. I need main method class. And second, I need that data storing class. What the data storing class? Can I say user defined data type? Right? You must create user defined data class and create this class object here. Okay, and then okay, your own hard coded values you store, no problem. So this is what the application now I want you to develop. Simple two programs. Then later I will teach you how to convert this application as a project. As of now, we are developing a simple project. Okay, right. So now the project is part of Naresh IT Students Information System project. Let me give the question and expecting you all develop the code. Develop a project to store student information in a program in JVM. You must store the student information, student number, student name, course, and fee. Tell me, how many students information you must store? You must store minimum 2 students information. You must store 2 students information, 2 students information, 2 students. Okay, always HK is the first student, following by Bale Babu is the second student. HK and BK information. 2 students, HK and BK information. Tell me, after students taken admission, you will give ID card now. ID card is nothing but you are displaying all the details of the student, okay, on a ID card and issuing to the student. Display all details of those students on console. Console is nothing but your monitor screen. That's it. So this is the simple project I'm expecting you to develop. Can you try to develop now? I must help you, or will you develop yourself? I must help you. First tell me, if you want to store student information, what information I am asking to store? Student number, student name, course, and fee. Right? So first of all, you have to create, you want to store 4 values, means all these 4 values you must store as a group. Correct? Huh? You must store all 4 values as a group. To store all 4 values as a group, I need what? A class. What is the name of the class? You want to store some dummy values, dummy class name. Okay? You want to store dummy values, dummy values, dummy class name. But you want to store real world object values. What is the real world object here? Student. Which is student? HK and BK. So you must create a class common to all objects. So what I should write? Student. Whose values you are storing? I'm storing student values. So the class name should be student. Now, sir, I don't take class name student, some other name. As per compiler, as per JVM, you can choose any name. But repeating again, as per compiler, as per JVM, you can choose any name. But if you wanted to go for coding standards and naming convention, if you want to make other people to understand why you are writing this class, whose values you are storing, you must take that object type name as a class name. Class student. And tell me, inside class student, what you are going to write now? I should declare variables now. Int student number. Int student number. The next string student name. The next string course. The next string fee. String or double? Fees of type double na, double fee. And tell me, this class you must store in a separate Java file, student.java. So open edit plus alt F and Java, paste. So the class is ready. Save with the name. Save with the name D drive. 4 PM data types. Save with the name student.java. Now tell me, here should I assign the values? If you remember in our example class, I have assigned values. Should I assign values now? No. You must not assign values. Why? Because this class student you have created, not for one student. You are created for multiple students. By using this class, you want to store HK values, you want to store BK values, you want to store PK values. Pawan Kalyan Ray. Okay, you want to store different people values. In order to store these different people values, you don't create separate class. One class for HK, one class for BK, one class for PK. We are not going to create. Rather, we are creating separate copy memory for each student. From this class, one instance, one copy memory, one copy memory. One copy memory means instance. Okay, instance is nothing but one copy memory from the class for all the four variables. For BK, another copy memory you create. For PK, another copy memory create for the same four variables. Then in this copy memory, we are storing HK values. In this copy memory, we are storing BK values. In this copy memory, we are storing PK values. Then now tell me, once you store HK values inside this particular memory, this is a real world, this is a real world, and this is programming world. Once you stored HK values inside this memory, bolo nana, HK is there in the programming world, BK is there in the programming world, PK is there in the programming world. Yes or no? This is a movie. Now earlier movie is empty. Now Balai Babu is acting in this movie. Then once Balai Babu is recorded in this movie, tell me now, people will say that who is the hero? Balai Babu is hero. Is really Balai Babu there on the screen? No, his image, his picture there on the screen. So now we say this is Balai Babu movie, that's all. So same way, once Hare Krishna values you stored inside this memory, tell me this memory is nothing but Balai Babu. Sorry, Hare Krishna Babu. This memory is nothing but Balai Babu. This memory is nothing but Pawan Kalyan Babu. Hello, everybody got clarity? Yeah? Now tell me, from this class, I am creating one more memory. Okay, one more copy I created. Tell me, can I call this memory as an object? Can I call this new memory as an object? Everyone should answer. Can I call this memory, this new memory as an object? Come on, reply. Can I call this new memory as an object? Wonderful, wonderful answer. Okay. Now I'm giving you one application form. Okay. I'm giving you one application form. Can you call this application form is Hare Krishna application form? I'm giving you one bike to you, one fan to you. Can I say this fan is my fan? I'm giving one bike to you. Can I say this bike is my bike? I'm giving one laptop. Okay, one laptop is there. Okay, one laptop is there. Can I say this laptop is my laptop? Come on, answer. Okay, when you can say this fan is yours? When you buy on your name. When I can say this bike is my bike? When you buy on your name. When I can say this laptop is my laptop? When you buy on your name. Until your name is not registered, how can you say it is my object, my thing? Can you say no? Cannot say no. Cannot say. So tell me, here I created just a memory. With all the four variables, just memory created. This memory is representing which real world object? Are you catching my point? This instance 1 has a stored HK values. That's why it is HK object. This instance 2 has a stored BK values. So it is a BK object. This instance 3 has a stored PK values. That's why it is a PK object. Now my question, everyone say that new keyword creates object, but new keyword creates object or new keyword create just instance? Instance means just memory. From a class, what is created? From a class, just instance is created, means just memory created. This memory created for whom? One real world object purpose. one real world object purpose. Now I should take Prabhas Babu, PB. Prabhas Babu I am taking. Now for this Prabhas Babu I created. Tell me, just by writing new student, is a Prabhas Babu there in Java? Is a Prabhas Babu stored in Java? No. Prabhas Babu is there in the real life, but not in programming world. When this Prabhas Babu will enter it into programming world, only after storing his values here. As long as I'm not storing a real world object values in the program, you cannot say that object is available in the program. For example, I have Kotak Bank here. Tell me, Kotak Bank, in Kotak Bank, I am there or not there? In Kotak Bank, when I am there, if my values are stored, okay, if I store my values, my account will be there. If you take SBI Bank, in SBI Bank, I am there or not there? SBI Bank, if my account is there, then I can say SBI card holder, SBI Bank. Is it clear now? Is it point clear? So tell me, what is a object? What is an object? A object is a real world thing which is an instance of a class. Is the statement understand? What is a real world object? What is an object? Object is a real world thing which is an instance of a class. Why instance of a class is called object? Because in your academics, people say that instance of a class is an object. Why? What is your number? What is your roll number? How dare you to ask me question? Okay, 30% marks cut. I told you by heart and write in exam. In exam, anybody asking why a instance of a class is called object? No. Why you are questioning me? Madre. So you by heart and try. But now you cannot work out by heart because you are not writing exam. You are answering. So you should have a clarity on why instance of a class is called object, because the memory created from the class, one copy memory created from the class is representing one real world object by storing that object values. By storing that object values. That's why instance of a class is called object. A real world object is represented by one instance, one copy memory created from a class. So tell me, if you want to create real world object in the programming world, how many things I have to create? Two things. Number one, class. In class, we must declare variables. Second, you must create instance. Okay, you must create instance. Then instance will provide memory and allowing us to store values of this object. Then the real world object came into picture. So creating real world object in the programming world is a two-step process. Create class, create instance, store values of this object. Totally three steps. Creating real world object in the programming world is a totally three-step process. Number one, create class. Number two, create instance from that class. And number three, store this particular real world object values in this instance. Once you store the values in this instance, from the next line onwards, I can say real world object is available in the programming world. Can I hope everyone understand? Is it clear? So tell me, whenever you see any real world object, any real world business, immediately your mind should come up with two things. Number one, class. Number two, instance. Number three, store these values in this instance. Okay, tell me, you are going on the road. You found hotel. Hotel. Tell me, hotel is an object. How can I create hotel in Java? Class, hotel, open bracket, closed bracket. that hotel value storing variables, then following by new hotel. And tell me, you are moving little forward, you found one more hotel, then tell me this another hotel is class hotel or only new hotel? You move one more ahead, one more step, you found third hotel, then class hotel or only new hotel? Only new hotel. You create class hotel only one time. From that class hotel, you are going to create multiple hotels. Hello, you create hotel. Tell me, generally, whenever you plan to visualize something, you will write one diagram. Na? You take one paper. On the paper, you are writing some diagram, right? Some diagram you are writing. Now paper on the paper like this, and something you are writing. Okay, so fila okay, something. Okay, I'm not that much strong in preparing hotel business, right? This is not coming right. This is a hotel. On this hotel, this is a board. On this board, okay, what is coming? Now what is coming? HK, HK, what do you call? Family Daba. Okay, so something HK family Daba, and then this HK family Daba is having, okay, okay, something called door. Okay, door, HK family Daba. This is a door, main door. I feel it, yeah. Okay, door is open, half open for you. Okay, at this door, one security person is standing to welcome you. Okay, feel it, huh? Okay, okay, feeling that hotel. So this is the hotel diagram we have written. Then this is what? A paper. Then tell me. Then tell me. From here, you go to any hotel. This is the first hotel. Same feeling. Okay, this HK Daba Hotel. Then next, Balai Babu Daba Hotel. Okay, and next, one more Daba Hotel. What? Pawan Kalyan Babu Daba Hotel. Okay, names are changing, but the hotel is what? Same. Okay, tell me, this is on the paper. What is there on the paper? Is it a real hotel, or it is telling that how the hotel look like? It is telling that how hotel look like. Correct? It is just telling how the hotel look like. Hello, do you understand? Here, the name will not be there. You have to fill the name. Hmm. Here, just name will be there. Some name. some X. Name will be, you have to fill the name, some X. Generally, if you take there, generally there will be a, otherwise you can take, you have to fill dash 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 family daba. Then tell me, this paper has provided design of the hotel, correct? Huh? It has a provided design, hotel design it provided. How a hotel look like, just he has given a design. Then this design in real life is technically called blueprint. What it is called? Blueprint. Okay. In Java, first of all, you have to create this blueprint by using class. So what class is called? Blueprint. And what is the hotel? Hotel is the object. It's a blueprint of an object. Okay. What is a class? A class is a blueprint of an object. Why class is called a blueprint of an object? Because class specifies how the hotel look like. Class provide the design, how the object look like, what object contains. That's why the design you draw on a paper is called class. And then the real objects are constructed on the floor, on the land. This is called instance 1, first hotel. This is called instance 2, second hotel. Instance 1, hotel 1. This is instance 2, second hotel. And this is instance 3, third hotel. So these hotels are represented by whom? The real buildings. That real buildings are constructed by using new keyword, new that class, new that class, new that class. Everybody got clarity here? So tell me, what are the definitions as per object-oriented programming you must learn? First, you should know what is an object. Second, you should know what is a class. Third, you should know what is an instance. And fourth, you should know what is the procedure or steps. What are the steps to create real world object in programming world? And then fifth, you should think about examples. These are the 5 points I have covered. Can you tell me what is an object? An object is a real world thing, which is an instance of a class. Right? The next, what is a class? A class is a user defined data type user defined data type or blueprint of an object from which we can create multiple objects of same type. Okay. A class specifies what an object contains and what are the operations this object performs. Okay. So this is the definition of object, this is the definition of class. And last, What is an instance? An instance is an instance is one copy memory created from a class first for representing the real world individual object by storing its values. Yes or no? I can say very important. Class creates object logically, and next instance creates object physically. Can I can I give the statement? Class creates object logically, instance creates object physically. Tell me, can you go and live in this class? It is just a blueprint, just a design. Can I go and happily eat here in this dhaba? Yes. Here, yes. Here, yes. These are the physical. So these are the points you have to understand. So what is an object? An object is a real world thing. Hotel is a real world thing, which is an instance of a class. To create HK family dhaba, we have to create one instance, one copy memory. Come on, if you want to construct this house, you must have the land, na? You should have some space, some land should be there. That land is nothing but physical, nothing but memory. Okay, simple point. The next, a class is a user defined data type or blueprint of an object from which we can create multiple objects of same type. Look at this, this is a blueprint, nothing but a class. From here I created first dhaba, second dhaba, third dhaba. Okay, all are looking like same, na? A class specify what an object contains, what are the operation this object performs, what are the things this object contain. I'm specifying clearly. For example, student contain what? Student number, student and course and fee. Okay, next, an instance is one copy memory created from a class. First copy memory, second copy memory, third copy memory. For representing real world individual object, real world HK family dhaba, BK family dhaba, PK family dhaba, by storing its values. Now HK family dhaba values I am storing here. PK Bala Babu family dhaba storing here, and PK family dhaba storing here. Understand? So this is the idea you have to get into your mind. This theory, if you just match this theory with real world scenarios, then it will be very, very damn easy for you to understand object oriented programming. Whether you realize it or not, I have completed object oriented programming 25%. Understanding the definitions, what is object, what is class, what is instance, is nothing but 25% of object oriented programming completed. Can I hope all you people comfortable? Fourth step, what the procedure to create real world object in programming world? Tell me. What the procedure to create real world object in programming world? It is a 3-step process, right? Creating real world object in programming world is a 3 steps process. What is the first step? Create a class with this object type name. Second, create new instance from this class. Third, store these object values in this instance. That's it. Now tell me, how many classes we must create? We must create one class per new type. How many instances we must create? We must create multiple instances based on number of individual objects of this type we need to create. It's very simple topic. Non-IT background students, did you understand all points I talking here? I don't worry about IT background because they are very intelligent. But non-IT background students, you should talk. Okay. I want you create one small test case. Are you ready? See, object-oriented programming means not program. Object-oriented programming means understanding the real world. Okay. If you understand real world, then object-oriented programming is after all. You know, while you are walking on the road itself, you can start writing the program. If it is a C language, you cannot. But object-oriented programming, you can. I'm taking now one small test case. Okay. Let's see how many people can answer it. One real world case I am taking. He is Swiggy food delivery boy. Okay. The food you have given order there in his hand, and with this food is coming to your house with a wonderful smile. Okay, now how many Swiggy delivery boys are there? Only one, or many? Many. First person, second person, third person. Assume three. Tell me now, Swiggy company should have a software, correct? Swiggy project must store all these Swiggy boys details na. Hello. Tell me, how the software, if you are the Swiggy software developer, how can you develop this code? How can I develop this code? In this Swiggy project, you must store all these delivery boy details. How can I store? Step number, first you should create a class. What is the name of the class? Delivery boy. Delivery boy, some details, string name, string ID, string experience, blah, 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 like the so many. First you create class now, qualification, okay, all those things. First you have to create this class. This class is representing a particular boy or any boy, all the boys. Then from this Swiggy delivery boy class, now you should create first instance, second instance, third instance. Right? Now this person details you are storing in this instance. Now this person is joined. Now he is joined in Swiggy office. From here onwards, his orders we are tracking, his commission we are tracking, and by evening or by monthly, we are giving his commission to him. Now second person, by seeing this first person commission and money salary, he decided, okay, let me also join for Swiggy company. Then he also put application to Swiggy. Then in Swiggy office, again the software run. Okay, again the software run. From the software, one instance is created with all the variables and his data is collected. His details are storing here. Yes or no? Then by seeing these two people, another person who is jobless, he's found, array, these two people are getting good money. He's inquired how much money coming, how much commission is coming. Yeah, good commission is coming. Let me also join. Now this person is also joined. Okay. Now one more instance is created from here, and now his details also stored in the computer. So totally in the system, in the Swiggy project, how many details are there? 3 details are there. Like seeing Swiggy, so much of money coming, so many people are happily sitting in the home day by day, becoming lazy fellows, right? And not coming outside for eating idli also. Okay. Old people are not coming out and it's okay, but youngsters who are staying in the hostels also, they also giving the order on Swiggy because of, discounts and all. Then slowly what happened? All people are addicted to the Swiggy, and Swiggy company getting lot of profits, and hospitals also getting lot of profits. Why? Because slowly become lazy person, right? Not doing any body physical exercises, happily they're in the room only, order Swiggy, take it, eat it, sleep it. Again, next day order, take it, eat it, sleep it. Okay. And finally, your health is started trouble, BP, sugar, heart attack. Okay, lot of problems are coming. Then going to hospital. Okay, hospital and Swiggy is having good relation. Swiggy, you are wonderful. Thank you so much for increasing my business. By seeing this Swiggy, now another company started, Zomato. One more company started, Zomato. Then Zomato is a clone this software. He also created same story, but colors are different. Swiggy color is black and Zomato color is red, right? So finally, what the story? Real life understand? Swiggy project, the real life Swiggy project we create. Student Naresh IT students information system created. Student Naresh IT employee system created. Once you understand a small test case, then just you need to copy paste, just you need to clone this architecture for creating any number of objects, any number of projects. And then tell me, with this knowledge, with this application development knowledge, now you've entered into company. Tell me, in a company, are you going to see any new style of code? Any number of things you write, same story. What is the same story? Find one real world object, create the class, create instance, store the values. While storing the values, you have to take care of some validations, calculations. Okay, if this is a day, then this much, this is the way, this much. Some validations, calculations, some functionalities will come, but the basic architecture is same. Can I hope all people got clarity? Simple, only 3 steps. Find the object type, create the class by using that object name, object type name. Then create a new instance for this from this class. Store this object values in this instance. So create one new class per new type and create multiple instances based on number of individual objects of this type you need to create. That's all. I want to create 3 Swiggy boy delivery boys, 3 objects. If you want to create 1000 delivery boys, then 1000 objects. You go and develop any example. This is fixed. Take screenshot. And I am showing you development of student, and you have to understand by yourself. This home you have to develop, Swiggy you have to develop. While you are going on the road, you found one object. Object is a real world thing. Whatever you are seeing by using your eyes, that is a whatever the thing you are seeing in real life. Whatever the thing you are seeing in real life, it is an object. Tell me. Maybe I told you already in earlier. Again, I'm reminding. Okay, after class completed, you want some snacks. Now you are going and asking your mother, Mame, snacks ready? Snacks ready? Your mother prepared a dish of snacks. In that part, some snack is your portion you are getting into your plate. Tell me, this plate is an object. It is an instance. Plate instance. Now your father getting his own plate. Your brother getting his own plate. Your sister getting his own plate. And your mother, poor fellow, eating in the same plate. Okay? Because she only should clean. Right, tell me. All these plates are what? Instances of one plate. Tell me, after class completed, when you're going and asking your mother, what you'll ask? Mame, where is my plate? Where is my plate instance? Where is my plate instance? If you want to talk complete word, you should not say plate. Plate is a blueprint. One plate is an instance. You are not taking the blueprint. You are taking one plate. One instance you are taking. Mama, where is my instance? Mama, where is my food instance? Where is my idli instance? Your mother will look at and ask, are you okay na? Any corona affected? Huh? Any corona affected? Amma, corona. Tell me, class corona. Corona. Let me create the corona. Class corona. Open bracket, closed bracket. Okay, then first corona. Then what? Second corona. Look at there. Corona structure is our instance only, na? Then what? Third corona. So you people are spreading corona by going outside, na? Corona 1, Corona 2, Corona 3. So as many instances of corona is coming, those many instances. So tell me, now the corona example also you can develop now by using our code. No need of system now onwards, right? Okay. So China has a prepared corona blueprint. Correct? China has prepared corona blueprint. Now from there onwards, instances are started spreading throughout the world. Corona instance is injected to one person. That person is spreading next injection, next, like that. He's keep on spreading. Right? So I hope all you people got clarity on the story. Shall we write the code now? Theory completed. What is the heading of this class? Object-oriented programming basics. Okay. What the topic? This topic is data types usage. Next chapter, 6th chapter, you can say. Object-oriented programming basics. Class object instance. Okay, let me save these screens. हटा दो. Let's start, continue the coding. Okay, tell me now, after this class created, what next? So from this class student, you have to create, quickly let me write, first student, second student, third student. All these students are real world objects. So this is our target. These real world objects in programming world are what? Instances. So tell me, what the full code? First step, create this class, and from this class, to create these instances, you must create another class called college, where students are available in the college. Public static void main of string array args. Then what the first step? I must create one instance of student. And tell me, I'm asking question, everyone should answer. Student S1 equal to new student. Bolo, this student is object or instance? Generally people say it is an instance. Hmm. Generally people say object, but is it object or instance? It is just instance, it is not object. Why? Because it's not representing any real world object. This is instance 1 for HK object. Correct? Tell me next. Now I have to create instance 2 for BK object. What do you write? Student S2 equal to new student. यार बुझे, समझ में आ रहा है? Then tell me, here my question is, story is little big, Baba. Please try to carefully observe. Because of the statement student S1 equal new student, and because of the statement student S2 equal new student, what happened? You should observe the memory diagram. Already yesterday I told you. What happened background? First, S1 variable created. Are you writing along with me or watching? Work along with me. Then SNO, SNAME, course, fee. With all these four variables, background what happened? Okay, with all these four variables, background, object created, instance created, instance created, again and again I'm telling. Then in s1 variable 10 stored point. Next example, you only should develop, I don't help. You must visualize. We are working on the code ARV technique. And tell me, what is this? This is student class instance. Then tell me, currently just instance. Next tell me, next step what happened? Instance 2 for BK, student s2 equal to, s2 variable is created. Now the new keyword again will go to, new keyword again will go to student class, collect all these four variables, and it will create the same memory na? What are the memory you have created, same memory copy created, right? Right? Same memory copy created, but object reference will not be, object reference will not be 1010, object reference will be 2020. It's a new object, new reference. That new reference is stored in s2 variable, and it is pointing to it. Rabba, అర్థమైందా అబ్బి? Tell me why I created this instance, for representing HK, for representing real world object HK. Then what to do? I have to store this HK values in this instance, right? Then only we can say Hare Krishna is there. 101 HK core Java 1000.0, 1000 or 2000. Okay, you have to store. Then this is the real world object, this is the real world object HK. Now we created this second object for what purpose? For representing real world object BK. Tell me, for representing real world object BK, what to do? We must copy this BK values in this instance. Can I hope everyone following? One example, if you focus, remaining all automatically will come. 102 BK, he belongs to politics. Politics, or let's say actor. Acting, he's doing the course acting. He's an acting course now. He's a rich person. We can charge some 5,000 rupees, no problem. But if you want to create this memory, I have used a statement called student s1 equal to new student. To represent BK instance, I create a student s2 equal to new student. But I have to store values na. To store values, I have to write the code. All right? You must write the code here. Now, storing values is called initializing. Initializing s1 instance with HK values. What do you write? I should access SNO variable. To access SNO variable, which now SNO variable has how many copies of memory? SNO variable has 2 copies memory. It has a first copy in student S1 instance, second copy in S2 instance. First instance representing HK. So I must write a statement what here? S1 dot SNO equal to 101. then s1 dot s name equal to hk, s1 dot course equal to core java cj, s1 dot fee equal to 2500. Rabuji, by writing these statements, now the values are stored in, because of these statements values are stored in here. Okay na? Then tell me, next step what to do? Next step, I have to initialize s2 object. Can I do that? Can you yourself can do that? Initializing s2 instance with bk values. What do you write? s2 dot snO. Tell me, is there any logic difference between first object and second object? Right. Is there any logic difference between first object and second object? Hmm? Is there any difference between first object and second object? No difference. Same logic. Where is the difference? In place of S1, I should write S2. S2 dot, S2 dot, S2 dot, S2 dot. అర్థమవుతుందా? And next, here I should write S2 values. 1 or 2, BK, acting 5000. That's all. Here, because of this statement, first program will take some time. Second program onwards, you can write the code by your own. Taka taka, you can develop the code. So just I have given theory, just the theory I am implementing practically. Nothing. Just you need to connect to theory. Once you understand this program, any number of examples you can develop by your own. What next? After all values are stored and instances created, next up what? I told you, you must display ID card now. This is Swiggy boy. All these people should consider 5000 converted to 5000.0 automatically by compiler. Compiler will take care of it. You can relax. Now what here? Displaying. Tell me, displaying S1 instance values are S1 object values are. Must call now S1 instance S1 object. Here onwards, S1 instance S1 object. Already values are available now. The instance is converted as object here. When a butterfly born first time, then it is called butterfly a caterpillar. It is called caterpillar. right? After it's a flying on the nature, nature started giving colors to its body. After colors came, will you call it as a caterpillar? No. You call it as? You call it as butterfly. Yes or no? So first caterpillar, later it is butterfly. Now tell me, first it is a instance, and then later it is object. When memory is created, when memory is created, just variables memory allocated, then we call it as just instance. After values are storing for a particular object, S1 is now representing the object HK. Yes or no? So that's why it is S1 object values. Displaying S1 object values. And tell me how to display S1 object values. System.out.println. System.out.println. Below double quotes. I wanted to display information. S1.SNO/T plus S1.SNO. S1.SName, S1.course, S1.fee. Why I'm using /T? For getting all slashes in single line. I mean all colons in one line. System.out.println double quotes /n S1 object values. Now tell me, S1 object completed. What next? Now display S2 object values. S2 object values. S2 dot, S2 dot, S2 dot, S2 dot. S2 dot, S2 dot, sorry. S2 dot, S2 dot, S2 dot. How simple the project is. Bujju topic na? Okay. You know, understanding theory from the day beginning, I'm telling, object oriented programming is damn easy. Only thing you have to connect your thoughts to the real life. Object oriented programming is not meant for mathematical, it is meant for real world. If you understand real world, object oriented programming is damn easy. Bacha concept. Object oriented programming is Bacha concept. So to understand this Bacha concept, in your academics, you are crying like anything. Oh my God, object oriented programming, object oriented programming, very tough, very tough. It's very easy. Why it is easy? Because visualization. Because you visualized from the real world, it is easy. Approach to the subject is very important. You know, in your academics, you are learning Java from C++ point of view. Comparison with C. In C, we write the code like this. In Java, we must write code like this. In C, we created variable like this. In Java, we must create variables like this. You must not learn Java from C or from C++. You must learn Java as Java. Okay? If you want to learn English, if you want to be strong in English, you must not learn English from Telugu, English from Hindi. You must learn English from English. What I need now, you should always start learning everything from zero, basics. So it will be easy. Okay, now? Can I hope all people got clarity? Now tell me, now you are going on the road. You found 3-4 vehicles, 3-4 bikes, immediately what thought should come? You should see bike, you must see all the 3 bikes blueprints. First you must feel from the company, from where it is came, from the company. In a Bajaj Pulsar company, first Pulsar company blueprint has manufactured, right? If you go there, Pulsar, PUL na, Pulsar 150 or 180, 180, Pulsar 180 bike blueprint. Okay, first what they did, Pulsar 180 bike they prepared. This is the blueprint, right? First of all, Pulsar 150 bike blueprint they have prepared on a paper. Then from this blueprint, now they have given this blueprint to whom? To the backside manufacturing department. Now the manufacturing department, they started manufacturing first bike, second bike, third bike. Okay, they started manufacturing the bikes, and then okay, multiple, okay, Pulsar 180cc bikes in showroom. Array. Yes. Look at here. Now Pulsar 1cc 180cc bikes. Hey, why it is coming YouTube? Okay, look at there. All the bikes are now placed inside this is showroom. Tell me, first bike is instance 1, second bike is instance 2, third bike is instance 3. All are catching my point? So what you need to do when you are going on the road, when you find multiple bike objects, immediately you have to start thinking from blueprint. Oh, first to second, third, first bike. From there, this is new bike, this is new bike, this is a new bike. Are you catching my point? So now the new instances, bike B1 equal to new bike, bike B3 equal to new bike, like that. And finally, now bike 1, now you taken bike 1 performing operation, taken bike 2 performing operations. So this is how you have to start thinking in your mind. Can I hope you will implement this idea? Bolo. After developing this project, what you should do? You should compile and execute. Na? So this is available in student.java, and it is saved in, what the name of this class? College.java. Okay, then according to auto compilation, if I compile college.java, Java college, automatically 2 class files are created na? Java college.java, college.class, then student.class. Okay, the next you have to execute Java college. Then you'll get first object, second object, values, background memory diagrams created, and everything will done. But you cannot visualize. Okay, background memory creation all you cannot see, but you should visualize. You must visualize. You cannot see, but you must visualize. And finally, output will be displayed on the console. Okay, now? Yeah, you can create in a single Java file, your wish. As per compiler, you can do, however, as per compiler, you can do it, but as per project, you should not do, na? Currently, you are writing this code for project, right? According to project, you should have a separation. You should not mix. You don't need to any settings now. Both the classes you have to save. Explain, forgot. You must save 2 Java files in a single class. Look at here. Project 1, develop a program to create real world object student in the programming world as part of Naresheti Technology Student Information Management System. Store student number, student name, course and fee of each student. Display all values on console as per we print an ID card. Project 1 completed. Now look at the code. Project 1. I want to copy to your folder. Tell me now. Student.java. Okay, in this project, we must create 2 classes. We can also create multiple main method directly in the student class, but is not recommended. Public class student, int snvo, string s name, string course, double fee. Okay, first student.java file. Then next, college.java. College.java is executable class, user defined class, test class. You can call any of the 3 ways: executable or user class or test class. Main method, student1, s1 equal to new student, student s2 equal to new student. Then store the values. And then, okay, politics place active. And the next, print s1, s2 object. s1 object values, s2 object values. Then tell me, I am compiling. Where you can compile? You can go to command prompt. Java C college.java. Compiler software automatically compile the student.java file with the name student you have used in the college class. Student with the name student, it is searching for student.java file found. It is going to student class found, compiled and displayed. The next I should execute this class. Java college, run. Look at the student 1 object details, student 2 object details. I displayed reference of the object also. Look at that. I displayed reference of the object. So first object reference 65B54280. Second object is 6C2. Okay, where is that? We taken our object names as object references as 10, 10, 20, 20, but JVM taking implicit references as like this. 10, 10 is nothing but 65B5428208. 20, 20 is nothing but 6C2253F1 like this. Can I hope all you people got clarity? Can you develop these two projects by your own? Please take screenshot. Develop a program to create real world object employee in programming world as part of Naresh AI Technologies employee information system. Tell me, Naresh AI employee is also there, na? To get there. Student number, student name, course fee, employee number, employee name, salary department. Tell me, from one project to another project, what is changing? Developing style changing or only class name and variable names changing? Here class name is student, here class name is employee, here variable names are these, here variable names are these. Okay, next, tell me, whenever you join as an employee, you need bank account, na? You are get the salary will get via bank account only, na? So bank account object. So bank name, branch name, IFSC, account number, account hold name, balance. Display all values on console as we print on passbook. So I'm expecting you develop this project by your own. Can you develop? So simply I'm just creating your life only. First, you are a student. From the student, you transformed to from a student, you transformed to what? Employee. From employee, you transformed to bank account. Where is the diagram? Yeah. So many places there. Yeah. Real world object student, class student instances. Real world object employee, class employee instances. Real world object bank account object on instances. Okay. So this is how you have to think and work. I hope you will do it in your home. Tomorrow is holiday. Tomorrow is a holiday, not a jolly day. You will have 4 hours class daily. Understand? Monday onwards, you will have 4 hours class daily. 2 hours class here, 2 hours class in your home. Understand? 2 hours here, 2 hours in your room. Time will be every day, time will be 4 to 6. Monday onwards, I'll teach operators, control flow statements, and exception handling statements. Operators, control flow statements, and exception handling statements. Understand? And next, in your free time, 2 hours, in your free time 2 hours, your wish, at any time, your wish. I'm not restricting the time. In your free time 2 hours, you have to watch the next chapter, variables and types of variables. Okay, variables and types of variables you have to watch. YouTube videos. Okay, I will give you now, don't worry. I will give you those videos from Monday. From Monday onwards, we are going to start. 4 to 6, daily 2 hours, operators, control flow statements, exception handling statements. And in your free time, 2 hours, you have to continue this chapter. So I completed data types and given assignments, 2 projects assignments. And now I'm starting next chapter. What the next chapter? Variables and types of variables. Okay. Yeah. Swastik is asking the question repeatedly today. Sir, in how many months course will get completed? Okay, you tell me how many months you want me to continue. In how many months you want me to complete? I will complete in that months. When you don't have time boundary, then why you are raising the question? For fun, huh? Inanna. When you don't have time boundary, why you are raising that question? For fun? Wanted to test my patience? You wanted to test other people patience? Okay. So we completed object-oriented programming basics. We learn data types and object-oriented programming basics. How to store data in the programming world. We completed learning data. Next step is what we should learn next. How to perform operations. To perform operations, validations and calculations I have to do. To perform validations and calculations, what knowledge is required? Operators and control flow statements knowledge is required. Na? So Monday onwards, I'll start operators and control flow statements. So along with me, operators and control flow statements, you should start learning the next chapter, variables and types of variables. Clear it? So start work on it. Then after variables and types of variable chapter completed, we will move to operators, control flow statements, arrays. 3 chapters I'll teach. After that 3 chapters, I'll go for methods and types of methods. Thank you. This is the next coming 15 days schedule. The operators and control flow statements, it will take 15 days to complete. Along with the 15 days, you are going to work variables and types of variables. Okay. Thank you. See you.